be forever blue. That you give me no reason. Why you making me work so? Fuck, forget the chords. Try to discover a little something to make me sweeter. Baby, refrain, breaking my heart. So in love with you, be forever blue. That you give me no reason. Why you making me work so hard? That you give me no, that you give me no, that you give me no, that you give me no soul. Hear you calling, baby, please give a little respect, respect. Eh, yeah, Team Ramrod, Team Ramrod. Try to discover little something to make me sweeter. Baby, refrain, breaking my heart. So in love with you, be forever blue. That you give me no reason. Why you making me work so hard? That you give me no, that you give me no, that you give me no, that you give me no soul. Hear you calling, baby, please give a little respect. If I should falter, would you open your arms out to me? We can make love, not war. Live at peace with our hearts. I'm so in love with you. I'll be forever blue. What religion or reason could drive a man to forsake his lover? Don't you tell me no, don't you tell me no, don't you tell me no, don't you tell me no. So hear you calling, baby, please give a little respect. I'm so in love with you. Be forever blue. That you give me no reason. Know you're making me work so hard. That you give me no, that you give me no, that you give me no, that you give me no soul. Hear you calling, baby, please give a little respect. So hear you That's not a great cover, but I don't think I'm gonna do this again. I practiced this like a little bit yesterday. I practiced this for like 10 minutes right now. I keep repeating this every time I cover a song. Like, yeah, I could take all day and like memorize the words and shit. I love this song. It's kind of a part of my consciousness already, so I didn't have to learn it too much. Whenever I get bored with songwriting and I just want to escape, there's a couple songs I always go to just to jam and relax. And this is one of them. I think it's like the ultimate 80s song. I know it's like a gay queer anthem, but it's just like the best 80s song. The melody is like the best. I'm gonna link a YouTube video. It's like a not a church choir, it's just a vocal choir with like 50 people singing this song, and it's like my favorite version of this. It's it's such a killer. Just the melodies and the harmonies are so good. Like it's just this is one of the catchiest songs I've ever heard. So I hear you call. It's impossible not to just have this song in my head the rest of the day now, which is a good thing. Like I seriously, I think this is the best '80s song. Like, I don't care if he's singing to a man, a woman, a transvestite, his dog. I don't care what he's singing about, man. This is like the best '80s love song, or just '80s song in general. And I love the production on the Erasure version. It's just such an '80s synthy thing, if that's what they're using. And yeah, I made a playlist for my screenplay Waitress from Mars because I picture that movie taking place in Miami in the '80s, and so I picked like 20 of my favorite '80s songs, and this had to be in there. This is like probably my favorite '80s song in general. I don't know the exact year it came out, but maybe I'll add some stuff in the description part of this video. A couple years ago, I think one of the members of this band, Erasure, I want to say his name was Vince Clarke, maybe. He made like a totally ambient album, and I loved it. I didn't even know he was connected to this band because I don't think I know any other songs by Erasure besides this one. Maybe I've heard some other ones, just I didn't even know it was them, maybe. So they're not a one hit wonder. I think they do have a pretty extensive catalog, but I just never explored it or anything. But yeah, this song is really catchy, man. I don't know if I really did it in a different way because there is like a falsetto that I kind of can't do. Oh, baby, please. I don't have like that inside my head voice, if that's what a falsetto is. Give a little respect to. I can't do that shit. Like the delphonics and stuff like that. Like, so hear you calling, baby, please. Give a little respect to me. I didn't even want to try to do that. I made the decision last night to just cut that part out because I would never, again, maybe eventually I could develop that voice, but it's difficult to do that with my vocal capacity. I don't know if that's exactly what a falsetto voice is, like your inside head voice, whatever it's called. But yeah, I just decided to not even try to do that. But hopefully, my version did it some justice because I really do love this song. I think it's the happiest melody. It just takes me back to like the '80s and yeah, '80s music in general. think they're a UK band, but even the new wave in America was very similar. It's all connected, and yeah, that's a cool nostalgic feeling to go back to '80s music like that. I'm even gonna link. I'll link my Waitress from Mars playlist because it's just songs like this. If you like '80s music, you'll probably enjoy it. I have a lot of different things on there, and I wanted to do this song because I do a lot of sad, morose songs, and this is just like the happiest song ever. And yeah, I love the chord progressions. I love C to A minor is always like my favorite. There's so many songs that has that little thing during the verses. Even when I did like James Lade, it's similar to that. There's a Josh Ritter song, "Girl in the War." Peter said to Paul, "You know all those words you wrote." Like, there's so many songs that uses that Alkaline Trio radio. She came to me like a down and always leaves the best part start. I probably have to do those songs too. That's not radio. What's that Alkaline Trio song? I forget now. That is radio, yeah. I wish you would take your radio to bed with you, plugged in and ready to fall. There's so many songs that just use that simple. I try to discover little something to make me sweeter. Oh, baby, refrain, breaking my heart. It's so catchy, man. The simplest chord progressions like that are just so catchy because of the vocal melodies on top of it. So this is probably my all-time favorite 80s song, or one of them at least. I'm done with making lists like that. Ever since I wrote my book, like it's still fun to make lists at the end of the year, but at this point, yeah, I'll stay away from saying stuff like this. That's my favorite '80s song ever, man. But yeah, that's cool. Um, I don't know a lot about this band. I could do some research, and this is really the only song I know from Erasure. And there's a lot of '80s bands that kind of give me that feeling. But like, I was gonna say Tears for Fears, but I kind of know maybe a handful of songs from them because of Donnie Darko. I learned of the Head Over Heels song, and yeah, Tears for Fears has maybe more songs that I connect with. But I never really gave Erasure the fair chance to listen to an entire album. So I'll have to do that at some point. I'll put them on my list of bands to explore, which is like in the hundreds at this point. But yeah, I love the chord progression. I have a lot of songs like that too. Like Jesus was an anarchist. It's similar to that at least. I think I listed Josh Ritter. I'll try to cover that song at some point. 'Cause I've only done an open mic night once in my life, like 15 years ago, and I covered that song. Josh Ritter, "Girl in the War," uses a similar chord progression. Yeah, it's just cool. There's probably like hundreds more songs that just do stuff like that. C to, I guess that's F. But yeah, that's pretty much everything I wanted to talk about. If you like '80s music and that type of nostalgia, if you're a teenager from the '80s, like I was born in '81, so it's not like I really grew up. That's more like my childhood years. I wasn't really listening to '80s music until later in the '90s, really. When you start exploring David Bowie, you start exploring new wave stuff, Joy Division, and all that sad boy music. Like that's the first emo. I think I mentioned before Joy Division, The Cure. That's the emo. And before them, I'm sure there was some other shit from the '60s. Emo just goes in that cycle like that. But yeah, I respect those bands. I got nothing against new wave. I can get into it. Even the Smiths and Morrissey. Like I'm not a huge fan of that stuff, but there's some songs that connect with me. And yeah, he's a weird lyricist. And yeah, maybe the '80s gets unfairly shit on sometime. Like people forget how good U2 was in the '80s. I still think U2 was way better back then, but it's hard to keep that creativity going for 30, 40 years, man. But yeah, U2 had a string of albums in the '80s that are just classic. There's so much great '80s music, and that's probably why I wanted to pick Erasure, a little respect, because I haven't really gone down this avenue yet of just happy songs. You know, a lot of punk bands cover these new wave songs like "I'll Melt with You" and songs like that. I am the man that will fight for your honor and songs like that. So yeah, I like the nostalgia of a song like this, but I was only like 8 or 9 years old. I probably didn't appreciate this song until later in my teenage years or even in my 20s or 30s. But every time I hear it now, it takes me back to not just the '80s, but just like a very happy place in my musical DNA. So yeah, I love this song. I don't have much else to ramble about. Go check out Erasure because I'm going to do the same thing. When I write this on my Substack page and my Medium page, I'll leave a link to the Vince Clarke. I hope I'm getting his name correct because I didn't do research before this. Vince Clarke had an ambient album that I really love, and I think he's a part of this band, founding member. So I'm going to link that, and I'll link this song, and I'll make a playlist of my top 10 Erasure songs. So I'm going to quickly go through their discography, and I'll include this song and then 9 more that just connect with me instantly. That's how I did it with everything so far, especially bands I don't know. I'm not going to spend 8 hours listening to every song. I'm just going to skim through their discography and the first songs that connect with me, I'm just going to make a playlist and go from there. And yeah, that's it. Hopefully, I did some justice to this song because, yeah, it's the best '80s song I think ever written, and just one of the best love songs in general.